All right, we're shifting gears now. Let's talk school board races for a minute. We've got two candidates who are running for the District 9 school board race here in Knox County. That's South Knoxville. For those South Knoxvillians, you know what I'm talking about. For the rest of you, that's below, south of the river. So we've got Kristi, who is the Republican incumbent, and challenging her is Annabel Henley as well, the Democrat. We welcome both of you. Hope you're having a great Sunday morning. And if we may, let's just kind of launch into it. Kristi, you're the incumbent, so give us an idea of why you want another 4-year term, because that's what these terms are.
Yeah, so basically I started as a parent volunteer and PTA leader. All 3 of my children went through South Knox schools, and my family has been served very well by South Knoxville schools, by our teachers and schools and our administrators. I love this community, and I love our schools and our teachers, and I just want to serve.
Thank you. Ms. Henley?
Well, I'm a former teacher. I taught at the Tennessee School for the Deaf and raised 5 children. And so now that they're raised and kind of watching local politics over the past few years, I just felt like it was my time to give back. And so when some folks from the community approached me about running, I thought, yeah, now is the time. And so we've always been a very service-oriented family. And so it just feels like the time to give back to my community.
Ms. Henley, I was looking at something posted, I think it was on YouTube, where you addressed kind of the need you thought maybe to improve some of the hard feelings or the rough times that we've gone through. Sometimes it gets a little pointed or a little heated on school board. It's not just school board. The last 2.5 years, I would say, everybody agrees, have been hard for all of us. But I wanted to ask you, you took a stance that you thought that this was a time to sort of heal or maybe even be a peacemaker. Can you talk about that?
Yes, throughout my career, and it's been varied. I've had a lot of different jobs, but I feel like I've really received a lot of training that has prepared me for such a time as this. I see myself as a peacemaker, and currently I run the women's clinic at the Knox County Health Department, and I manage 20 women, and there's a lot of conflict, and part of my job is conflict resolution. And so our phrase we use is we try to get everyone rowing in the same direction. You want the boat to go in the positive direction. And so I'm hoping that skill that I've developed over the years would be a benefit to the Knox County School Board.
Kristi, I don't know if this will be my term, maybe not yours. You're perhaps battle-scarred, having gone through what has been a challenging 4 years. You've been the chairman, I believe, of that body at some point. Just talk a little bit about what it's been through and how you think the board gets along now, and whether you think conflict or sort of tension is an issue.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm currently the chair of the Board of Education. I will say that I don't feel that the board is necessarily, there's a lot of divisiveness there. I think that at the end of the day, I choose to believe that most people that serve do it for the right reasons. We may disagree on what's best from time to time, but I do feel that, everyone that signs up for an elected office does it for the right reasons. And, obviously it's been a rough couple of years. And, the one thing that you learn very quickly is that it is impossible to make everyone happy. I think that we all want to make everyone happy, but it's just impossible. And especially when you enter into a situation such as the COVID-19 pandemic. But at the end of the day, I think we all try to do what we feel is best and right for our constituents, and especially our students and families.
It's been a challenge for all of us, I think that's for sure. Kristi, let's stick with you. You've had 4 years and potentially could get another 4 years. I'm interested in any things that you would like to pursue, having now done this for a while, if any particular areas that you want to work on, and then we'll hear what Ms. Henley thinks about her first term if she were to be elected.
Well, I'm really excited about a new superintendent. I think that Dr. Reiswick is off to an amazing start, and I think he's going to do a great job. He is going to put the kids first and always put the kids first. And I would love to have the opportunity to work with him. And we do have some challenges facing the district, right? We need to catch up on some things that we've lost during the last 2 years. And, there's just a lot of work to be done. I have a great relationship in our schools with all of our administrators. And, I just feel like I'm really in touch with them and our teachers and our community, and would like to continue, to work to see, what this next era with the new superintendent will bring to Knox County schools.
Ms. Henley, are there some specific education areas that you'd like to concentrate on if you get elected?
Yes, I am really concerned about the disparities across the district, specifically in discipline. I recently attended the Alliance for Educational Equity community meeting, and some of the information about discipline was very concerning. So I would be very excited about working towards and some type of equity policy, kind of capping off the work of Superintendent Thomas, trying to get that on the books, and then really addressing our commitment to those disparities. I also am concerned with the statewide push towards charter schools and potentially vouchers. I'm very interested in keeping public money in public schools. That's been a personal issue for me, and also one that I feel like is extremely important for the students here in Knox County, that we don't take money away from them to fund charter schools.
Kristi, that's an issue, charter schools and taking money away from the public school system. It's come up before. I think the school board typically weighs in on that, doesn't it?
Well, we have legislative priorities, but at the end of the day, it's really up to the state to decide whether we will have charter schools or not. That's a state level decision. I will say that we do have an excellent charter school here in Knox County. I don't think anyone is against Emerald and the work that they have done. They're very active in our community, not only with their school, but in many other areas. I know they provide tutoring and other after-school opportunities for our students, and it's one of the best performing charter schools in the state. That being said, I will also say that I never considered a charter school for my children. My children have been through, all three of my children have been through public schools in South Knoxville. And I do think that our schools, my goal is to make our schools the schools that everyone wants to go to.
Thank you. Let's drill down a little bit, and we can pick up. We may have to take a break, but we can at least get started. Kristi, we'll pick up with you. How do we get more kids who are in high school interested in college? Because that's been something that's been of concern and in the news lately.
Well, I think, first of all, we need to change the narrative, because not all kids want to go to college. We need to make sure that all kids are prepared for life after high school. There are amazing opportunities with the Guard. There are amazing opportunities just with TCAT or pursuing those internships to build skills, outside of college, because not all of our kids are going to college. We need welders. We need people working in the construction business. And I hear this from businesses throughout South Knoxville all the time. They need students that are ready to leave high school, ready to work. And we know that some of our students, that's their goal. Not all students want to go to college. And we want to support all of our kids, regardless of what their post-secondary plans are. So we need to make sure that we have those pathways in place where students can go to college if they want, but also have career opportunities outside of a 4-year degree.
Thank you. Ms. Henley, we'll hear from you, but first we're going to take a break. You're watching Inside Tennessee. We'll be back right quick.